Have you ever asked yourself why some guys, with average looks, no flashy lifestyle, no designer watches, seem to draw women in like gravity, while others with luxury, status, and followers are constantly ignored? What's really happening here? Is it confidence? Is it charm? Is it some invisible magic spell? The truth? It's neither. It's something deeper, something ancient, something Marcus Aurelius whispered through time, carved into his meditations, nearly 2,000 years ago. And if you unlock this, women will feel a pull toward you that has nothing to do with status or wealth. So stay with me until the end of this video, because by the time we finish, you'll understand why true attraction starts where money stops. And if you're a man who's building not just a life, but a legacy of inner strength, calm power, and silent confidence, then hit that subscribe button, like this video, and let's rise together. Let's dive in. The illusion of wealth. Let's start with a simple truth. Money can buy you attention, but it can never buy true attraction. In ancient Rome, Marcus Aurelius ruled the most powerful empire on earth. Yet what made him legendary wasn't his crown, and it was his clarity, his control, his composure. In his meditations, he wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." In other words, who you are internally leaks into everything you do externally. Let me tell you about two Roman men. One was Lucius, a senator, rich, respected, draped in silk and pride. The other, a soldier named Tiberius, no family name, no gold, no luxury, and yet women whispered about Tiberius in corners. His presence lingered long after he left the room. Not because of what he had, but because of what he carried within. Now let me show you what that is. Trait 1, presence. Have you ever looked into someone's eyes and felt the whole world go quiet? That's presence. It's rare, and women are starving for it. Most men are physically there, but mentally gone, worrying about the next move, the next text, the next what if. They're thinking too much and feeling too little. Presence isn't about staring into her soul like a pickup artist. It's about being rooted in the moment, unshaken, fully tuned in. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." And that's exactly what women feel when you're truly present. Power, calm, certainty. There's a man I once knew, let's call him Liam, always chasing women, but never keeping them. One day a woman told him the truth. "You're charming, but you're never really here." He changed everything. From then on, he spoke less, listened more, and stayed fully engaged. His phone stayed in his pocket. His eyes didn't wander, and women noticed. Because when you give a woman your undivided energy, she doesn't just feel seen, she feels chosen. Presence is the rarest gift a man can offer, and it's free. Trait 2, purpose. Here's something that hurts to admit. You can be funny, attractive, even emotionally connected. But if you lack purpose, she will slowly drift. Why? Because a man with no direction makes a woman feel unsafe, even if he's kind. Marcus Aurelius warned, "Do not waste what remains of your life in speculating about others." Purpose isn't about having it all figured out. It's about choosing direction, taking the wheel, building, striving, creating, not to impress her but to honor yourself. Let me tell you about someone named Amir. He fell hard for a girl, gave her his time, his energy, everything. But something was missing. He didn't know what he wanted. He was waiting for her to give his life meaning. So she left, and in his heartbreak, he found truth. She didn't leave me because I wasn't enough. She left because I didn't know where I was going. Today, Amir is different. Not rich, not famous, but on a mission. And women notice, not because he talks purpose, but because he lives it. So ask yourself now, brother, are you building a life she'd want to be part of? Or are you expecting her to give yours meaning? Because a man with purpose doesn't chase women. He attracts them by simply moving forward. Trait 3, emotional control. Ever sent a text you regretted? Called 5 times in a row? Tried to explain your worth through desperate paragraphs? It happens. We've all been there. But here's the reality. The moment you lose emotional control, you lose her respect. Women want to feel safe emotionally. And safety doesn't come from softness. It comes from steadiness. Marcus Aurelius said, "You don't have to turn this into something. It doesn't have to upset you." Translation? Feel everything, but act with discipline. There's a man I remember, Jake. He had everything going right, until one woman ghosted him. He spiraled, drank too much, sent angry messages, tried to guilt her into coming back. She never did. But the real tragedy wasn't losing her, it was losing himself. From that day forward, Jake worked on one thing: silence. He started journaling, meditating. He let the storm pass without reacting. Now when a woman pulls back, he stays still. And that stillness? That calm, grounded energy, it terrifies low-value women, but mesmerizes high-quality ones. Because when she tests you, and you don't flinch, she feels something she can't explain. That's emotional control. Trait 4, boundaries. Have you ever let a woman get away with something that didn't sit right with you? Maybe she disrespected you in public, flirted with someone else, ghosted you for a weekend. Why? Because you were afraid that speaking up meant losing her. But here's the twist. You already lost her the moment you stopped respecting yourself. Marcus Aurelius said, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself. That within is your standard, your limit, your line in the sand." There's a man I admire, and let's call him Eli. He dated a woman who constantly tested his patience. Little jabs, subtle games pulling away to gain control. And one day he calmly said, "This isn't how I operate. I don't do disrespect, even from people I care about." And he walked away, not in anger, but in peace. She chased him, not because of love, but because of respect. Here's what most men don't realize. Boundaries don't push good women away, they attract them. They filter out the chaos. They magnetize peace. So the question is, are you the kind of man who tolerates everything? Or the kind of man who respects himself so deeply? Others follow that energy? Because real women crave a man who doesn't just set the standard, but lives by it. Trait 5, mystery. Let's keep it real. We all want to be known, understood, seen. But here's the thing. If she figures you out too quickly, she loses interest. Women are emotional beings, and emotion is fueled by curiosity, suspense, and wonder. Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Sometimes less is more." Let me introduce you to Daniel, a guy who used to overshare on every date. His past, his fears, his childhood trauma, all in the first 2 hours, and every woman disappeared. Then he changed one simple thing: mystery. Instead of explaining himself, he started leaving space. He'd answer her questions, but not all of them. He'd smile and say, "There's more to that story, and maybe I'll share it sometime." Boom. Tension, curiosity, energy. Mystery isn't about hiding. It's about revealing yourself like a novel, chapter by chapter, not like a Wikipedia page. And the man who leaves room for her to wonder becomes the man she can't stop thinking about. Trait 6, leadership. Every woman has said this at some point. "I just want a guy who knows what he's doing." What she's really saying is, "I want to feel like I can trust your lead." That doesn't mean dominance. It doesn't mean barking orders. It means confidence in direction. Leadership is this. You're clear on who you are. You know where you're going, and you don't need her approval to take action. Marcus Aurelius captured it perfectly. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Let me tell you about Kyle. Kyle was the nice guy, always asking what she wanted, never planning, always saying, "Up to you." She liked him, but didn't respect him. Until one day he said, "Here's what I'm doing Friday. Come if you'd like. I think you'll love it." That shift, it changed everything, because she finally saw a man, not a boy looking for validation. Leadership is rare in a world of followers, and when you lead with clarity, groundedness, and calm energy, she will not only follow you, she'll trust you. And that trust, that's the beginning of true intimacy. Final word. So let me ask you again, do you want to be the man who buys attention? Or the man who commands it without saying a word? The man who performs, or the man who simply is? Because the world is full of men chasing likes, money, and external validation. But the man who has presence, purpose, emotional control, boundaries, mystery, and leadership, that man doesn't chase women. He attracts devotion. And now, brother, it's your move. Subscribe if this spoke to your soul. Like the video if you felt the fire inside. Rewatch it whenever you need to remember who you really are. Until next time, stand tall. Your time is now.